to go forward.
I know we were all glad that practice was in the hottest part of the day, but what goes into that? Is that something that factored in? Is that why you want to do it when you guys have practice scheduled? Does it toughen them up? Talk about that.
I think so. Certainly today wasn't as hot as days past, and we're going to have some really hot afternoons, I'm sure, at 2:45. There's a couple things. One, I wanted to practice in the heat. I feel like if we can practice and be prepared and be conditioned for the heat, that there won't be an environment this fall that we'll be in that we can't handle. Whether it's 6 o'clock when we kick off against Savannah State on a Saturday night, or if it's on the turf at 3 o'clock at Navy, or whatever it is, I think if we practice and condition in this heat, that we would be better prepared for it. There's also some research that our trainers brought forth. Robbie Jackson, the NFL has done research that there's data to support that if you can get 2 full meals into an athlete prior to first practice that day, that their heat-related problems go way down. So with the money that they spend on their players, if they've done that research and they found that that's important, we felt like there was probably some merit to doing that. So they get up and get a good breakfast, and then we'll have some meetings and get a full lunch, and then have our pre-practice meetings and go out there. So today wasn't hot enough. We didn't have anybody, I don't think, that had any issues. We'll get a better indication of how that's working once it really gets hot. Yeah.
Kind of a two-part question, I guess. What do you guys do on the field to make sure everybody's hydrated and going well? And I guess the other one's explain the chocolate milk, because I heard about that, and I heard that there's some research with that too.
There is. Typically, we'll just let the guys get water whenever they want it in between reps. We keep water jugs out there, and they take a shot of water and they keep going. We don't want to stop practice and slow practice down. 2:45 in the afternoon in August, there were several times today we'd go 15 minutes and I'd blow the whistle and get everybody to get 30 seconds or 1 minute just to stop completely what they were doing and take a drink of water. I don't want to lose them. I want them to go as hard as they can go for those 15 minutes and then take a quick break. But as the season goes along, it'll get cooler, and we'll take that normal break that you guys see us taking right about the middle of practice. The chocolate milk, Tom Melton, who's our strength coach, and there's several schools that are doing it. There's also research that says that chocolate milk, because of its balance of protein, carbohydrates, and fat, and all that good stuff, that it's one of the best things that you can put into your body immediately following a workout or a practice. So there's several college teams that are doing it, NFL teams that are doing it. So we were fortunate to be able to do that for our guys this year.
Interesting.
Can you back up on that, the 2 meals before? What time is breakfast, I guess, for you guys?
We have breakfast, let's see, this morning it was, I think, between 8 and 9 o'clock. And some guys like to sleep in. Some guys like to get up and, they're early risers. We really give them a block of time to go in and eat. And then we come back with lunch at noon to 1. And then we're on the field by 2:45. So they're getting a full meal. We're out there less than 3 hours after they've eaten. So hopefully they've got some calories in them and some nourishment to sustain them. And that was all Robbie Jackson. And I'm sure you'd be glad to talk to. He's got all the data on it. So, and all the teams that were doing it.
Coach, I know we're early on here, as you said, just kind of getting the feel, getting everybody back in the groove. From a coaching staff standpoint, do you guys have an objective timeline as to where you want to be after week 1, week 2, and then headed into preseason practice, or is it more of a feel as to where the team is each and every day you come out?
We've got an installation schedule, and it goes all the way through camp, the first 2 weeks of camp before school starts, and there's certain fronts and coverages and blitzes that we'd like to have in on defense, schemes on special teams that we'd like to have in, and then on offense, the option plays, the play actions that go with them, the pass routes. And we've got a schedule. We'd like to stay on the schedule. We don't know if we'll be able to or not. But our hope is that everything we've planned for it up to that practice number 15 will be in. I don't know if we'll get there or not. We don't have any goals of, I don't know. I mean, we got to have this many plays in and this many pass plays and this many blitzes, and it's what we feel is important. We feel like is going to get us to the point 3 weeks before the game, which is when school starts. What do we need to have in these first 2 weeks where we're really concentrating? It's only football. There's no school. There's nothing else involved. And so, I don't know. Probably didn't answer your question real well, but we got a plan. We're going to try to get that stuff in. And typically, there's just some young kids that can't keep up, and sometimes you have to pull back a little bit. We probably will have to a little bit.